Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Trucker52 and this is Truck Smart. One of the things that we've been seeing within recent days are many collisions, and a lot of these collisions are involving serious injury. Other than that, there has been a few fatalities. These collisions can be avoided. One of the very common factors that contribute to collisions with commercial vehicles and the common four-wheeler is the right turn by large commercial vehicles. As we know, commercial vehicles, the bigger vehicles need more room to turn. These vehicles are not as nimble as the common household car, and so they need room to maneuver, take that wide berth. As you can see, this is a basic layout of a intersection where you have, on any given day, you would have multiple vehicles traversing the roads, and whether it be a large articulated tractor trailer like this or regular straight truck, they bear one factor: they need room to maneuver. And as this demonstration over here shows, this straight truck making a right turn, and there's a vehicle on his right, immediate right. One of the things that you can do to prevent this, and I must stress on this, is motorists, please pay attention to turn signals on these large vehicles. It's not to say that the drivers of these commercial vehicles don't have responsibility. As a matter of fact, they have a greater responsibility to make sure that you are safe before making that turn. This involves making early turn signals before your intended turn. As a matter of fact, knowing where you want to go will alleviate a lot of the problems that we have that can be avoided. So knowing where you want to go, using your early turn signals, scanning far ahead, using those mirrors to its maximum potential, watching for vehicles edging up next to you or trying to get by you. One of the methods I use when I'm making a wide turn is that as I said, I straddle that center lane. I give a signal of my four ways. I turn them off again, and I use that right turn signal. I put that four-way flasher on again, and then I use that right turn signal. And I find that has worked for me in getting the approaching from behind me motorists to understand I am about to make a turn. These are some of the things that we as commercial drivers, in making our job easier and making that right turn safer. Not having these senseless collisions, loss of property, loss of life, serious injuries. These things can be avoided. All road users need to be responsible. One person does not have priority over the other. We all have to use the highways. We all need to make right turns, left turns. We all need to change lanes. It is very, very, very important for early signaling. One of the things that in the commercial industry, one of the requirements when you are doing your circle check in the morning or whatever time you're rolling from your base is to make sure all your lighting components are well working order. Cleaning, making sure those lenses are clear, making sure your mirrors are clear so there's no doubt to what is approaching, what is around you, knowing your areas around these vehicles. And that responsibility goes to each and every one of us. If we put these simple things into practice, I am sure that we can reduce collisions, and whether it be minor or major, on our highways and byways. Typical example of what happens when you find a driver making a right turn with commercial vehicles and the other motorists either ignore turn signals, moving up to this area whilst this driver is in a turn. That's why I stress in previous videos, make sure you understand that vehicle is intended to make a right turn. It is very, very, very important. Imagine you're a 5,000 kilogram car coming up against an 80,000 pound vehicle. It might be an articulated vehicle with a extra heavy piece of equipment loaded on the flatbed, or it could be a regular beer truck. These are things that motorists need to understand. We are not you're advocating that you should be bullied off the road. But a lot of these collisions can be avoided if motorists only pay close attention to those turn signals. Do not ignore them. It is important for you to understand what that driver is intended to do. Remember, as I said before, these vehicles are not as nimble as your small car. So he can't shift it out of the way and put it where you want it to go so you can go by. So you need to understand that. Thank you.